Welcome to the Nostalgia Hunters, Chris. I'm here with Dustin. Today we're going to tackle Mortal Kombat.
Not only tackle, flawless victory.
Flawless victory, definitely.
Yeah, cheese. Yeah, I mean, I think that was the overall theme of the movie, cheese. But yeah, it was. We'll talk more about that as we go.
Right. Uh, my first reaction was like, a little cringy, but I'm gonna sit it out. I'm gonna check it out and see what happens. What did you think? The first 15 minutes, did it get you?
I think that it tried to come off as a slow storytelling, but there's definitely the first hour was a lot slower than the second hour. I think
Yeah.
Sub Zero and the Scorpion saga was kind of like what kind of got me interested since I've been in that nostalgia factor since a little kid with the two of them.
Do you think that was the? Do you think that was the perfect jump off for the beginning?
I think so. I wish the overall movie would have focused more on Scorpion. Like he's always been my favorite character since the 1992 video game. But
Yeah, he's badass.
yeah, I think it was perfect to kind of build that story as they went because it's always kind of been a mystery why they were always at each other's throats.
Yeah, that part was to be able to see, their post reaction to the game, the actual game.
Yeah,
Um, it was kind of exciting. I kind of graphic too at the same time. Like I was like, oh, he's about to kill his whole family.
well, I like how they incorporated the purpose of his spears and his ropes to kind of show you how that started. That was his technique.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty awesome. I was like, in the beginning, at least the first 5 minutes, I was like, oh, I wonder how Scorpion's going to show up. And then, boom, you figure it out because, he's using the rope. He's like, he's not saying it, but he's like, come here.
But before we get into that, there's actually a cartoon movie that came in a couple of years. It's actually on HBO Max called Scorpion's Revenge. It's a cartoon. I highly recommend watching that because it gives you like an hour, or it gives you a 2 hour movie on the breakdown of why he became the way he became with Shinnok and everything in hell. It's actually really
Oh, my
good.
God.
Yeah.
I feel like a horrible fan. I didn't even know about that.
But I thought that's what the movie was. The movie is loosely based on that, it seemed like, but they kind of skipped over all that. Because there's a lot of stuff that Scorpion goes through because he fights through hell and kills all Shinnok's army by himself. It's great. It's a great story. It kind of gives you a whole like backstory to why Scorpion's so vengeful.
Man, I'm going to have to check that out. I didn't even know about it.
Yeah, it's right.
Really cool.
Yeah, for some reason on HBO, they don't have the original Mortal Kombat movie, but they have Annihilation, which is horrible. The second one from the 90s. But yeah, I was looking for the OG Mortal Kombat before watching this one.
Right. I love the OG Mortal Kombat movie. I mean, it's really corny and everything, but it's super cool to me. Like, it just epitomizes my childhood.
Yeah, I think so. I think I watched the movie in heavy rotation when I was a child, too.
Yeah, it was one of the cool. That one and the cheesy ass Street Fighter too. I like Van Damme.
Well, going back in the story, I think I liked the movie overall. I think, looking at it from a whole, I think the desperation of trying to make a franchise out of it kind of turned me off.
Yeah,
obviously, there's so many characters and there's tons of lore. I mean, pretty much, like, Cabal, all those, like, evil characters even have enough story to them to even do their own shows or movies.
No, I thought Cabal showing up, he looked badass.
Yeah.
The costume was pretty dope.
But I don't think they should have made it into a movie. I think they should have started with a series.
Yeah. I think you're right. Something like WandaVision or something like that, where you got like 6 or 7 episodes, and it kind of just breaks it down, frame by frame. That would have been the most ideal situation, I think.
Yeah, I think I've said it before, we live in a time where people want more character development, more story, more lore. And I think 90 minutes or 2 hours just isn't enough to even touch it,
No. Yeah, you're completely right.
And, and then I'm not trying to, poop on it all the way, but, there was a lot of things I did like about the movie. I did like how the characters looked, especially Sub-Zero. I mean, they didn't, like, overdo it with, the costume. It's kind of straightforward.
Sub-Zero looks tough.
Yeah. So, as far as you're analyzing the characters, who was your favorite, personality and kind of one to follow throughout the movie?
Oh my God, Kano, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
Kano was freaking awesome. Like, spot on from the video game. I mean, minus the mechanical eye and everything, but dude, he was a loudmouth badass, ready to, fuck shit up.
speaking of the eye, do you think he's going to come back with a metal plate in a sequel? Because he had an injury. I think that's what I was kind of waiting for, to see the reason why you had to put something on his face.
So that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for him to get that metal eye.
Yeah.
So that was like one of the things I was like, oh, when is this gonna happen?
But Sonya killed him.
The coolest part is when Unkano related was when Sub-Zero froze Jax's arms. I thought that was badass.
That was the part that actually had me kind of go, oh. You know, the part where he dropped off the ledge, just smacked his face on the ledge on the second. I was like, that was graphic to me.
And then it was kind of a little bit of a shocker to see Jax at the temple sitting on a slab. I was like, well, how the hell did this happen?
Yeah, well, Jax was always one of my favorite go-to after the second game, because he was just an easy jumping character to beat the hell out of somebody with.
Yeah, he's definitely the muscle, the power hitter.
Yeah, and I didn't really like too much how his arms just got bigger all of a sudden. That was like his chi or whatever. I was like, all right, I thought they were just going to work on his arms. I thought they were going to do like a Tesla upgrade or something like that, but no.
It looked like the bootleg version.
Yeah.
Like China delivered from Hong Kong. Here's your arm.
Yeah,
you know?
Wish,
yeah, the Wish arm.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming. I thought just the monks were going to come out and be like, all right, here's your 2.0 version.
Yeah, like it would be like a backstrap, and you have these arms and stuff. Like instead, it looked like they were just piecing together Legos.
I know we're jumping around, but I like the reptile thing. I think what I'm worried about is they kind of killed off some characters really fast, but the way Shang Tsung at the end said they'll come back, it was pretty much the same. Like, that didn't really mean anything, all those people dying. That's why I was kind of... I mean, I know
Reptile. Speaking about Reptile, that was one of my favorite characters in the game.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I always liked, like, the green version of Sub-Zero, but, he didn't have the powers and stuff, but they all looked real similar.
So,
I wanted him to have that.
Not to stop you, but you know how hard it was to get him on the first one? If you go back and watch
Yeah.
I never did it, but like there's YouTube videos on how much you had to do just to get to fight him. It's ridiculous, and that was pre-internet age when no one had any idea. It was just like a rumor, and every kid on the playground thought you were crazy. Like,
I remember that. Like the first time one of my buddies got to Reptile, it was like the most awesome thing ever. It was like we kept talking about it for days and days and days, and then nobody could replicate the process. No. My buddy was the only one. He was like a legend in the neighborhood.
Yeah. So sorry to interrupt you about Reptile.
But I wanted the suit. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool that he was like a full-on dinosaur-looking reptile.
Mm-hmm.
But I wanted the mask and the suit. I don't know. This would probably be just being a little bit nostalgic about it.
No, in the original movie, he was a reptile as well too.
Yeah, I know. I was stuck on the game with that one.
No, but in the games, he didn't become a reptile until Mortal Kombat 5. That's what kind of threw me off playing him as a kid, because I played every single one growing up.
And then if I'm not mistaken, like, he took off the mask, and then he was like a reptile under the mask, right? Something like that.
Yeah. I think Mortal Kombat 4 is when he started to do the transformation there, but 5 is when he was a full-on reptile.
Yeah. Him and Smoke were my favorite.
And he was in number 3, right? I think Smoke came wrong.
Yeah.
So what I was saying about Shang Tsung is he pretty much saying all the people that die are going to come back because they're going to the Never Realm, and he's just going to redo them, is what he's saying? That's what I was trying to understand.
Maybe he's in control of their souls, too. He could just bring them back whenever you want.
So they did intro, like, the dragon-looking lady, Centaura, I think she came into like Mortal Kombat 6, but I was kind of surprised at how they introduced her out of nowhere too. Yeah,
it was like, isn't she beautiful? And that was it.
Yeah.
So who is she?
I'm talking about the gargoyle looking one.
No, I know. I was lost. I was like, it came in. A second later, it came out. I was like, well, what the hell?
Yeah, I think Goro kind of got played down a little bit too.
I thought Goro looked badass. So he did get played down, but I thought he looked pretty badass.
Yeah, I just feel like he was way too easy to like kind of take down, and Goro was always, to me, like, even in the games, kind of like the impossible guy at the end when you're already worn down.
Yeah, it took me a long time to whoop his ass.
Yeah, so definitely Goro has to come back. That's what I'm saying. Cause that's what I was bummed out. I'm like, if they make sequels, I want more Goro. I want Johnny Cage and Goro. I want the punch in the balls and all that stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what characters would you wish that you were kind of hoping to see that weren't there?
Oh man, now they all escape me.
Uh, well, like I was saying about the midpoint of the movie, it started to feel rushed, and some things were going too fast, like Sonya's powers. I feel like Sonya was a very important character for the first hour, and then all of a sudden she was just kind of just a side thing. Like
Now, yeah, definitely. In her original story, was she like she is now? Like she wasn't a chosen warrior? I couldn't remember if that was like a narrative
no,
in the game.
not really. Jax trained her as a military recruit, but she was scouted out. There was nothing about her not being a chosen one or anything like that. I think they just kind of threw it in there to make her prove herself. I think it was a little kind of, it was kind of weird.
I was waiting for her to kick Kano's ass to take his mark.
Yeah,
but
and there was no. I was wondering why they were playing so long and him being a good guy. I was like, man, this guy any second now with this guy.
yeah, I was like, is he on the wrong team? I was like, what is going on here? I expect Kano to be like on the list of Shang Tsung's warriors.
Yeah. How'd you feel about Liu Kang and Kung Lao?
I'm so I like the original Liu Kang. I thought Kung Lao was pretty badass.
Yeah,
I thought
I keep jumping in front of you, but he's my favorite character to play with in the game in general.
Yeah, when he popped up in the movie, I was like, what? That's awesome.
Yeah,
because I thought that was like a perfect intro for him.
Uh-huh.
But Liu Kang, the cheesy fire coming out of his hands and shit.
Yeah.
It was okay, I guess. I'm more into the first Liu Kang, I guess, even though that was kind of cheesy too. But I mean, probably just being a little biased.
And that's the kind
But he was alright.
that was kind of confusing because he was the one that's supposed to win it from Shang Tsung, but I guess he's already failed the tournament at that point. Is what I'm trying to say because they already lost 9. Is what they were talking about.
So it looks like they're setting up that Cole guy to be the ultimate champion at the very end, maybe.
So that's what I'm saying. Did Liu Kang already lose? Is that the point?
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, wait a minute, where was Liu Kang the whole time then?
How about Shang Tsung popping up in Raiden's tower or fortress or whatever was kind of cool. He's like, I'm here for your soul. I was like, well, take him. Let's go.
I like how they made him look like the original guy too.
Yeah, he was actually spot on. You knew who he was, without him even saying anything. Like, oh, that's Shang Tsung.
Yeah, and even in the newer video game Mortal Kombat 11, you could play like a lifelike looking model of that original Shang Tsung. So it actually looks like they could pass off as his son or something at that point.
Yeah, definitely. Like perfect casting on that part.
Yeah. We didn't see any morphing from Shang Tsung, which I was trying to wait. I thought he was getting disguise and stuff at least once in the movie.
Yeah, because that's right. He can change characters, right?
Yeah.
I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So that would have been cool if he would like creeped into the good guy camp and maybe played off as Sonya or something and infiltrated them a little bit.
Yeah, that's what
that would be kind of cool.
Kind of waiting for it, or at least he's going to do it with Kung Lao at one point, because he took his soul.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
No, he's going to in the future, is what I'm saying. Because even in the game, a zombie kind of like Kung Lao comes back and kills Liu Kang.
Which game?
I think that Deception. But the point is, like in the story, Shang Tsung goes back and forth in time, and he takes over and kind of makes like a B-list zombie crew of like Liu Kang, Kung Lao. And
okay.
Some of the games are kind of confusing, but they do that quite a bit.
So, what are your expectations for the next one?
Next one, Johnny Cage. I mean, I really want him to be the focal point and him kind of be like the main character, maybe with Cole training together. Because the thing about Johnny Cage is he's kind of in denial the whole time. That's why I bring up that Scorpion's Revenge. You really need to watch that because it gives a lot of attention to Luke Cage's character being kind of naive to the whole thing. So I think it's going to give like a perfect kind of like a Star-Lord kind of like A-type personality, and I think that'd be the cool thing to follow that.
That's a great idea, having like the Star-Lord personality for him. That'd be cool to see, I guess.
and just the macho, like just kind of like I don't need to do this, and the rude awakening when all of a sudden you see something, but
Something he didn't expect, and he has no choice but to fight. Yeah, that'd be
so the
pretty
fan
awesome.
casting, who do you think would be a good casting for that?
Ooh, man. Uh,
I think it's going to be like a newer actor. I don't think it's going to be like, because none of those actors are really that recognizable to me.
no, not really. Who was your pick for it?
I'd actually have to think on that. I mean, for some reason, Chris Pratt just keeps popping at me, but I know he's not going to do it. But I don't know. It
The
just has to be.
budget's big enough.
What's that? What's that?
If the budget was big enough.
You know who would actually, the guy that just played a U.S. agent, Kurt Russell's son? I think he'd be a good one for it.
Oh yeah. As long as he ain't got to wear a helmet, he looks like the dude. He looks like the dude from Up with the helmet up.
Yeah, I think they'll find somebody. I think it's going to be someone out of nowhere. It's probably going to be a martial art fighter at some point.
Man, you think Chris Evans would be a good fit for that?
No, he looks. I don't know. He's too like
He's too Captain America for me.
Yeah, he's too professional looking. I mean, he needs someone that's.
I don't think any other role he ever plays in life, I'll still see Captain America.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. And the thing is, what I want is the tournament to begin. You know what I mean? And the next one's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, definitely. I want to see the big fight scenes and the matchups and stuff like that. That's gonna look cool.
And who else do you think that they can pull into it? I mean, obviously going into the recruiting for the Earth film.
Oh wow. So who are some of the Earth characters?
Well, it branches out, but I mean, you can. Oh, there's quite a bit. Now I'm blanking out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's. God, I have to think about that one, but yeah, you definitely can reach in. I mean, there's obviously a lot more bad guys I can think of that can come up from the Never Realm, but it just gives. First of all, do you think they're going to get green lit to do it? Do you think the reviews are high enough?
Oh yeah. I think so. No, it's not a problem. I think enough people were loving it.
But the guy that plays Sub-Zero is already signed. They were saying like if the reviews are at a certain point, he was going to get 3 more movies.
I think I heard. Yeah, he signed up all the way for the next 3 films, I think.
And the thing is, Sub-Zero has a brother too that becomes a good guy. So I wonder if they're going to play that in there too.
Is he Ice Ace as well?
Yeah. He's part of his clan, which he kind of teams up with Nighthawk, and they kind of take down Sub-Zero together. So they already showed Nighthawk in there. So
that's what I was going to ask you. Did you see the little cameo with Nightwolf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was
a little newspaper clipping?
There was a couple in there. There was also I forgot his name, but he's the sun god from one of the newer games. It's blanking out, but he was like kind of like the Egyptian looking god. So he's a big character. I think he's going to be a villain in one of the upcoming movies. Shao Kahn was obviously mentioned too, and Shao Kahn's kind of a bigger deal than Shang Tsung in a way. And then Shinnok is another really big bad guy. I think they should pull into the next movie or two as well.
What about Baraka? Do you think he'll be prominent?
Yeah, well, Brock's there's a whole army of them. That's like the army of the Never Realm. So yeah, he's pretty much like the prize fighter of that army. So definitely, yeah.
Nice.
So when they were walking in the temple, Raiden's temple, who was that on the? Because they were kind of looking at like the Mortal Kombat winners. I couldn't figure out who that was. That was kind of the victor in that one painting.
I thought that was Johnny Cage.
No, he looked a little more Asian. I got to slow down and look at it, but yeah, that was more of a prophecy thing.
That was my first thought when I seen that. Was that's gotta be Johnny Cage.
Mm. Wow. So yeah. So 1 through 10, what would you rate it? At a quick glance.
Man, 1 through 10. That's tough. I gotta give it a 7.
Yeah, I say 7. I probably give it a little more of an 8 because I understand what goes into those, and you can't make everyone happy with everything. I mean, there's always gonna be pushback on.
That's the thing, though, too. I think everybody's expectations were super high on it.
Yeah.
Like they just wanted it to be magnificent. And you got to remember, this is a video game movie, Yeah. And you just got to take it with a grain of salt.
I'm rooting for it. I want it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm signed up.
Yeah.
And, obviously, I enjoyed it for 2 hours. That's the thing. Like, the time went by fast for me. Like, I was sucked in.
Really, really fast paced. Like, with so much action, like, you have something to look at. And before I knew it, the movie was over. So,
yeah, so
it was really fast paced.
I feel like I got my money's worth, so I'm trying to say. Like, so I'm a happy customer.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's something to watch again. I was watching a couple of reviews on it as well, and a lot of people are kind of pooping on it a little bit. And I'm like, man, I think your guys' expectations are way too high for this. You know, at the end of the day, it's a video game movie. It's got a fantastic following, and they're rebooting it and they're presenting it on a different light. So, you just kind of take the ball and roll with it.
And I have to vent about one thing. I think people that do these review videos they have no understanding how hard it is to make a movie or make a video game and what goes into it. And that drives me nuts.
Yeah, they want what they want, and there's no wiggle room, and I think that kind of sucks.
That bums me out because you got people that dedicate their whole lives, and it's just even for like a 2-hour movie and not the time of their life for doing it, and it's just people just shit on it all the time.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just meant to be fun. Have fun, enjoy the story, and just see how it plays out.
So, what do you think the wait time is going to be for the next one to come around? About a year?
And hopefully just a year, but probably 2 years.
Yeah, and I think they should just really do a series. I mean, even with the new Batman movies coming out, they're announcing all these like sub series of it. I think it's just a way of the future.
Yeah, I'm with you on the series thing. I think that would have been a lot more fun.
Yeah, because even the new Batman, Robert Pattinson, they're doing a series for Catwoman. They're doing a series for Jim Gordon. They're just using the movie as like a jump off point.
Yeah, this little 6-episode series that's a perfect little situation. You release it once a week. People don't have the time span that they usually have back in the day. So 30, 40 minute show, perfect. You're in, you're out. You learn a little something, and you wait for the next episode.
Yeah, it's like church.
Yeah,
I guess. But yeah, Chris, was a lot of fun. Hopefully we'll have someone to review next time here, but thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate your time, and I look forward to the next episode. If you guys want to see any reviews or future projects, leave a like, give us a comment below, and we'll see you guys soon.
All right, thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks.